So good morning and welcome to another travel vlog. So I'm here, I'm walking down the International Drive in Orlando. As you can see, it's an absolutely glorious day. Cloudless skies, although you can't really tell through the tree foliage. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about the I-Ride, how you can catch the I-Ride, how you can use it here and how much it costs. So follow me and I shall show you the I-Ride. So the I-Ride stops are based all up and down International Drive. You'll see them looking like this, some will look like this, some will just be post signs that you'll see there, but you'll know where to stop. The bit you want to look out for are the number and whether it's going south or north. Those are your indicators to tell you where the bus is going. Let's take a look at the map. So here is the map of International Drive and it will show you the two different lines. You've got the red line and the green line. You can just hear one coach just pulling away from me now. Now all along the strip will give you the numbers. So as you can see, we're at stop 17, so there is 17 right there. And it'll show you all the different numbers up and down the International Strip. To help you, the map will also put key landmarks, as you can see, Icon Park, Point Orlando, all up and down the strip. There you go, it goes to SeaWorld. It will, now both of these lines will take you to the premium outlet. So Vineland is in the south and you've got Orlando International Premium Outlets in the north. As a little benchmarker, in the north you will have Universal Studios. In the south you will have the Disney parks, but just bear in mind the I-Ride will not take you directly to either park. Okay, it won't take you directly to either park. So how to use? So as we're going south, it says, as you know, we're on 17 south. South is going to go down this way and will take us all the way down to the Orlando Vineland Premium Outlets. It will stop there. If you want to go back up north, get on stop 34, which is kind of the junction, if you like, and that will take you all the way back up to the north there. Okay, and then if you go to the far north, you've got 1A there, that will take you either all the way back down south. Now, this is where it gets a bit tricky, because the actual trolley, as you like, that's what they call it, the trolley, goes up and down the strip. You can sometimes, inadvertently, we've done this, got the green line. If you get the green line, don't panic. You can just bear in mind it goes from numbers then to G numbers, so your G19, G18 and so on and so forth. What you will find is this is kind of this strip here, the red line. This will take you for what I like to say the back end of the strip. So if you wanted to go, for example, Point Orlando, if you're going on the red line, you'll be getting you'll want to get off at either 20 or 19, most likely 20. If you take the green line, you're looking for G11 or G11 to get off at. Maybe G10 might be a bit too high, so you just want to get off at G11. All right, so don't panic. We've done it ourselves. We've got the wrong line, thinking, oh my God, the green line. So rather than looking for these numbers, you'll start looking for these numbers as your stops. Each stop will be clearly labeled, so don't worry, you'll be able to get off quite easily. Right, let's take a look at costs. So if you want to just do a single ride, it's $2. One thing I would advise is you must have the exact fare. All right, if you've got they won't split a 5, they won't split a 10, they certainly won't split a 50. So if you're a regular adult, it's $2 per ride. Children are $1. That's ages 3 to 9. Senior citizens are 25 cents. But as you can see there, the exact cash fare is required. You can, if you want to, buy day passes if you're planning on using the I-Ride quite a bit. All right, so you can get the 1-day pass, which is $6 per person, the 3-day pass, which is $8 per person, the 5-day pass, 10, 7-day pass, 16, and the 14-day pass, 2 weeks, at $20 per person. Now, there's the, if you want to scan to purchase any of these, you can do it there on your QR code. And here's your trolley times and arrivals if you want to get your trolley times. So Walgreens do sell them. You can just go in there and ask at the counter and they will give you some of those passes if you want to buy them. So when you get your pass, it will look something like this. Well, not quite like this. Let me start again. It won't look necessarily like this, depending on where you buy them from. What will happen is you will give your ticket to the bus driver. The bus driver will then scan this ticket into his machine or her machine, and it will give you a date and time as to when you use it. So this one I bought is the day pass. This lasts 24 hours. So remember, it won't start, the 24 hours will not start from the day you buy the ticket. It will be from the date you hand it to the driver to start. So if you go and buy your ticket and then use it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, however many days later, it's only going to be operable as soon as you hand it to the driver. So that's really, really important to know. Don't feel pressured that you've got to use your ticket as soon as you buy it and rush to the bus stop to do. Now you'll also notice you'll get the Lynx buses, which you'll see right here. Now Lynx, you cannot accept the passes from your I-Ride, your trolley I-Ride. So there's a trolley I-Ride row 17. They won't accept I-Ride passes on the Link. So the Link will be a pink bus, you'll look out for that one. Just to confuse it, you can also get green Link. So you're looking for the name Lynx on the side of the bus. The one that we're having is, we want the trolley. Now this is what the bus looks like. It's green and it's designed basically like a trolley. It looks like what I would call a San Francisco trolley. Now let's talk a little bit about frequency. So they are infrequent depending on your expectation. So in London, buses come every sort of 2 to 5 to 6 minutes. They're not that frequent here, so just be prepared. You are going to wait, I'd say probably anything between 10 to 16, 17, 18 minutes per bus. So they are a lot less frequent here in Orlando. They are a pleasant ride. The seats are wooden, so you're not expecting padded seats, but they are a nice little ride. So I'm just crossing the road to go on to, and they are efficient. They will take you where you want to get to. And they are probably the most modestly priced form of transport here. Taxis and Ubers you can obviously take to places, but if you want to get to the Millennium Mall and back, you can do that for, if you get a single ride obviously, you can do that for $4 return. If you get the 24-hour one, you can take the I-Ride as many times as you like for $6. And the last bit I would say to you is just be brave with it. I mean, like I said, we just got on it, just ride it. If you make a mistake, don't worry. If you've got the 24-hour pass, you can just get on another bus. If you mistake the red line for the green line, don't worry. Just keep an eye out for if you want the G numbers or just the regular numbers. So don't panic about anything. Just be brave. Take that I-Ride and really enjoy. It's a really efficient way to travel. It's definitely the most cost efficient way to travel. And you can actually enjoy the ride. Look at the different views as well. It's a really nice way to travel around up and down the International Drive. Okay, so I'm outside the front of Avanti Resort. Let's go check out some places locally that you can eat while you're here. So facing the front of the hotel, I'm turning to my right. So if I was facing outside towards the strip, to your left, if that makes any sense at all. You've got Friendly's right here. Now Friendly's is a pretty cheap and cheerful burger joint. Does pretty much burgers and ice cream, that's it. So if you fancy that, you have that on the same side of the strip. Right, facing Avanti again, we're going to go in the opposite direction and we're going to go about a 5-minute walk on the same side of the street on the International Drive, and you will now pass Embassy Suites. Once you get past Embassy Suites, we will come to the Olive Garden. There it is right there, set in the background just there. So the Olive Garden is pretty much Italian cuisine. You do pastas, some nice pastas in there actually. We haven't eaten there in for a while. The breadsticks are fantastic, so we recommend those. If Italian is not your theme, then we advise you cross over the road. Let's do that right now and I'll show you what's there. Okay, so directly opposite you've got Howl at the Moon. This does live music in the evenings. We've not eaten here, so I'm not sure what the food is like, but just to show you can have that here. You have right next to it Hooters. Now again, we've not eaten here. You guys probably know what Hooters is famous for. Let's just come in here so you can actually see the restaurants properly. There's Howl at the Moon. There's Hooters right there. And again, they do kind of sort of bar-y type food as well, burgers, that type of thing. Right, let's move on. So next to Hooters, you've got Señor Frog's. Now, Señor Frog's is Mexican cuisine. We have had burritos in here. Not the best, for our opinion. This is, if you like Mexican food, worth a try though. Not our favourite. We have though, right next to Señor Frog's, you have a Denny's. Now, Denny's does very good breakfast. I know it's not really Kelly's thing, but it is mine. They do these skillets of omelettes, which are delicious. So we could recommend, I would definitely recommend Denny's if you're fancying breakfast. They are also open 24 hours. If you get late back from the park or fancy something in nice in the evening, you can come here. Okay, so there's Denny's. Next to Denny's, you'll see this liquor store, and next to that is the Boston Lobster Feast. Now, I've been wanting to do this restaurant for a long time, and we never ever end up going, and it's not because I don't fancy it. It's more of the case of we always get back late from the parks whenever we go. And we're just too tired. We just basically zone out. We end up eating in the parks a lot, which is probably not always the best idea because it is so expensive in the parks. But that is the Boston Lobster Feast. You'll see it there. I love the front of this building because it's almost like a cinema, you know, one of the old-fashioned cinemas. There you go. So you can see it right there, Boston Lobster Feast. Open daily, 4 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays, 2 p.m. So it's open in the evening, sort of late, early evening, and it is all you can eat lobster and seafood. I do want to try this restaurant. If you guys do go, do let us know what it's like and if it's worth it. But there you go. Right, let's go down the other end. I want to go back towards Howl at the Moon and towards Hooters end, because I want to show you what else is there for you to eat. Okay, so Howl at the Moon is there, and we are coming up to Bahama Breeze Island and Grill, and this is mine and Kelly's personal recommendation. The food in here is phenomenal. It is fusion Caribbean. It's really, really good food. It gets incredibly busy here in the evening, which shows how good the food is. So just bear that in mind. But you can eat al fresco outside or indoors, but it's such a nice vibe, beautiful food. This is Kelly and mine's personal recommendation. So moving away from Bahama Breeze, right next to it is TGI Fridays. So TGI is quite good. We've eaten here before. The food is nice. As you know, it does a range of things like chicken wings, burgers, that type of food. So you've got TGI's right next to it. Again, you can do al fresco, eat outside or indoors. So yeah, TGI's all good. And there we are. And beyond TGI's, there are a few other restaurants. You do have a Subway if you want something quick and snack-like, and next to that you do have Domino's. Further on down will be Point Orlando, which is just down that way. I just wanted to just go here though. Point Orlando is a whole different place in itself, and I just wanted to show you guys what you can have just pretty much in a 10-minute radius walk of the hotel. So I hope you find that useful. As I say, Bahama Breeze is our personal recommendation. That is a really nice food place to eat. We really do recommend it. Let me just show you again for Bahama Breeze, but I can't recommend that enough. Again, if you don't like that type of cuisine, there are plenty on the strip to go to. Do check out Point Orlando because there's some very nice restaurants in there. There is a steakhouse, and there is actually a British pub in there if you fancy and you'll miss that and you're missing home. But our personal recommendation is going to be Bahama Breeze. So there you go. I hope you found that useful. There's some of the eateries round the Avanti Hotel.